Rockstar Games, the owners and creators of the Grand Theft Auto series, one of the biggest gaming franchises in the world, and definitely one of the biggest PlayStation games in the world. Hello and welcome to my latest YouTube video. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoy. In this video I am going to be briefly explaining what a third party is and what a first party is, and the difference between the two. A third party company like Rockstar Games can create content like Grand Theft Auto and release that content on multiple devices and consoles like the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox One, the Xbox 360 and PC. In short, they can release their content on multiple devices. Unlike a first party company like Nintendo. Nintendo games will only be found on Nintendo consoles. So an example of a third party game, Grand Theft Auto 5. An example of a Nintendo game, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. Now the reason I decided to make this video is because there are a lot of people who feel, and rightfully so, that Nintendo consoles don't have much, if any, third-party games. Like, for instance, the Wii U doesn't have Grand Theft Auto 5, WWE 2K15, Mortal Kombat X, or Tomb Raider. There's a massive lack of third-party games on Nintendo consoles. And as a result of that, a lot of people feel that Nintendo need third parties. Now I agree with the fact that there's not a whole lot of third party games on Nintendo consoles. But I do not agree with the opinion that Nintendo need third parties. And I will tell you why. These are 8 games, 4 Wii U games and 4 PlayStation 4 games. Every Wii U game is created by Nintendo, meaning you will only see Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, you will only see Nintendo Land on the Wii U, you will only see The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, you will only see Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U. However, Mortal Kombat X, because it is owned by a third-party company like Warner Bros. Games, can be found on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, I think PC. I could be wrong about that one, but I know that it's available also on smartphones and tablet devices. W2K15, again available on multiple consoles. GTA 5 available on multiple consoles, and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is available on the PS4 and Xbox One, I believe. So I'm going to ask a question, okay? And I'm actually going to answer that question as well. Why do gamers buy the PlayStation? Now you could answer that question with a lot of answers. I suppose the main answer would be to play games. But what kind of games do people buy the PlayStation 4 to play? And PlayStation consoles and, the Xbox consoles as well. It's because of games, third-party games like Grand Theft Auto 5, WWE 2K15, Mortal Kombat X, and Tomb Raider. And other games like Call of Duty, FIFA, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed, etc. All of those games being third-party games. Those are the games that gamers buy on the PlayStation. What kind of games do gamers buy and play on Nintendo consoles? Nintendo games. Games like Mario Kart, Nintendo Land, The Legend of Zelda, and Super Mario. Gamers buy Nintendo consoles to play Nintendo games. Gamers buy the PlayStation and Xbox because of third-party games like Grand Theft Auto, W2K15, Mortal Kombat, and Tomb Raider. You know? So, I'm going to ask a second question, and this is a very serious question. And this is actually the main point of my video. It's actually quite concerning. What happens? Now, I think this is a long way off, but it's slowly but surely starting to happen. What if Rockstar Games, this third-party game company, decided to move away from the console industry and decided to make Grand Theft Auto exclusively available on smartphone devices? So no more Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation. And let's say Square Enix decided to follow that and make Tomb Raider exclusive to smartphones. And 2K Games decided to make W2K15 exclusive to consoles. And the same with Warner Brothers with Mortal Kombat. So what happens if all of these third-party games are no longer available on consoles like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? What reason then would you have to buy a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One if games like Grand Theft Auto, FIFA, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Assassin's Creed were no longer on those consoles? That's a very concerning issue. And as I said, it's probably a long way off, but the possibility of it happening is so real. Because Square Enix has recently and publicly admitted that their focus is smartphones. Konami, another third-party company who make games like Pro Evo and Silent Hill, they've also expressed publicly their interest in the smartphone industry. And they only recently cancelled a project that they were working on, Silent Hills. Now, Silent Hill is a massive franchise, and it's a massive PlayStation franchise. That project has been cancelled. You know, I don't know why, but what if it's because they decided to bring it to smartphones? Who knows? There's other companies as well that have expressed their interest in the smartphone industry. I know that Capcom, now this is a similar issue, but Capcom have decided to focus their attention on just HD remasters. So what you're seeing here, basically, to cut long story short here on this topic, you're seeing third parties slowly but surely losing interest in the console market. And again, I would ask that scary question: what happens if Grand Theft Auto 5, well, not Grand Theft Auto 5, but what happens if, the next Grand Theft Auto and the next Call of Duty games and Assassin's Creed and FIFA, all these games that people, buy the PlayStation for are no longer available on a console. That's a very realistic possibility. And a scary possibility. Now, that brings me back to Nintendo and their consoles, and this belief that Nintendo need third parties. They don't need third parties because, as I said earlier, people buy Nintendo consoles for Nintendo games, and Nintendo games will always be on Nintendo consoles because, newsflash, Nintendo create those games. And these are only a brief example of Nintendo games. I digitally downloaded, like the likes of Super Smash Brothers. I've digitally downloaded Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, so you can't see those games. But that's just, two more examples of Nintendo games. I'm going to be digitally downloading Nintendo's newest game, Splatoon, at the end of this month. These are all popular Nintendo franchises. And these are the reasons why, gamers buy Nintendo consoles. And as I pointed out, because Nintendo make those games, all of those games are going to be on Nintendo consoles. So Nintendo don't really need to worry about third parties. As long as they have their iconic, popular franchises like Mario, Zelda, I don't have it here, but Donkey Kong, you have Kirby, you have Yoshi. I mean, the list goes on. Nintendo have a massive library of franchises and games. Like, they're bringing back the Star Fox franchise later this year. So yeah, Nintendo have a lot of games. They make a lot of games, and those games can and only be found on Nintendo consoles. So I don't really think Nintendo need to worry too much about third parties. I think that the likes of the PlayStation and Xbox, they're the ones that have to worry about third parties, because it's third parties that make those consoles, whereas first party company Nintendo, make those games, make Nintendo consoles. So yeah, I just wanted to make that video. It was a video that I've been meaning to make for quite a while, actually. So yeah, third parties, a very important role in the PlayStation and Xbox, and Nintendo, a very important role in Nintendo consoles. I think Nintendo consoles can do without Grand Theft Auto because they have The Legend of Zelda. Whereas I don't think PlayStation would fare very well if it didn't have Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, in short and in summary, it's the PlayStation and Xbox that need third parties, not Nintendo. They're doing pretty well right now with their franchises. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice weekend, and goodbye.